Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. York Castle High mourns death of student killed in crash. The York Castle High School is mourning the death of one of its promising fifth form student, 16-year-old Jana Harris Carney, from Jacks Hall in St. Anne. The teen died from injuries sustained in a motor vehicle crash along the Bull Point Main Road near Mystic Mountain in Ocho on Wednesday evening. This devastating incident has left the school community in total shock and overwhelmed with grief. We cannot even imagine the pain that the family is currently experiencing because of this tragedy, the school principal Raymond Treasure reported. Jana has been deeply involved in the life of the school, and she is going to be missed by all. It is our prayers that God will provide healing and the answers to our questions at this time as we all try to come to terms with the loss of this exceptional Yorkist and daughter. The police report that about 6:30 p.m., the teen was traveling towards St. Ansby in a vehicle which failed to keep left. It collided with the left section of a Toyota Wish motor car, then overturned. The student was flung from the vehicle, which fell on top of her, resulting in injuries to her head. She was transported to the St. Ansby Hospital where she died. Earlier yesterday, the school student council committee offered condolences to the family and all who are grieving. The student council of York Castle High is at loss for words based on the news of the recent passing of our grade 11 student, they said in a statement. We express condolences to the family, teachers, students who have lost a daughter, sister, stalwart, science club president, key club member, and to so many a friend. We wish that God's guiding hands and our loving memories may comfort us as we mourn our dear student, said the committee. Teachers who spoke of the deceased teen's impressive performance in class has also been struggling to come to terms with her death. Jana was so promising, so responsible. She participated in every single one of my classes. Every single one. She was doing such an excellent job as the VP of the Key Club. I saw her on Thursday. It was all jokes and laughter. I don't understand this, I honestly don't, said Anna K. Rose, who teaches communication studies and English. Literature teacher Julian Combs Robinson said she is finding it hard to cope. I cannot imagine how her family is feeling. I cannot stop crying. She taught me so much about the use of technology. Whenever I got it wrong, Jana would kindly show me what to do. Such a tremendous support. There was never a dull moment in class. One of her dreams was to get more resources for the health sector. We will never understand why, but God knows best. Condolences to the families and friends, Combs Robinson stated. Over 16,000 names added to voters' list. The Electoral Office of Jamaica, EOJ, says a total of 16,592 names were added to the latest national voters' list and are now eligible to vote in future elections. The agency said the November 30 list was published as scheduled with a total of 1,958,708 electors. According to the EOJ, electors added to the November 30 list will receive the new voter's ID card with a December 31, 2031 expiry date. ID cards for these electors will become available by mid-December and should be collected by electors at the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ office for the constituency where they are registered, the agency said in a statement on Thursday. Electorates whose ID cards were renewed are being urged to collect their card at the specified pick-up location before the current card expires on December 31, 2021. Those electors who have not yet renewed still have an opportunity to do so by visiting any EOJ constituency office or satellite location it added. The EOJ said its constituency offices facilitate collection and renewal of voters' ID cards on Mondays to Thursdays 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Fridays 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. On Saturdays, that is December 4, 11, and 18, the EOJ team will distribute and renew voters' ID cards from satellite sites in various communities within the constituencies.
Sitting in a room with 10 parents and having 8 of the 10 women either being molested or abused. So we decided that my co-worker and I, Samantha Akas, we decided that we were going to formalize a woman support group out of the Spotlight initiative.
Women on a Mission, providing a balm for abuse victims.
I am Marshallie Hines Scott. Tanya, as most people know, we're at the entrance to the vibrant community of Farmers Cross, Clarendon. Helping people, community work, that's my passion. Helping people has always been a part of my life. Even from I was in basic school, whenever school over, I will always make sure that the other kids reach home before I go home. I carry them right to them gate and make sure them safe before I go home. So helping people has always been my passion. I am the president for the Russell Lane Citizens Association. I am on the Farmers Group, the Farmers Cross A1 Farmers Group. I am the VP for the Vibrant Farmers Cross CDC. And I am involved with my kids' schools. So community work, community passion is my thing. I love helping people, women on a mission. Yes, so this all came about. We did a training with Children's First, the Pathway Initiative, and we did some community facilitator training. On our first sessions with the ladies, we found out that there were quite a lot of problems because sitting in a room with 10 parents and having 8 of the 10 women either being molested or abused, physically, verbally, or sexually, more than once, twice, some on a continuous basis, we found out that there was a need and there was a lack of interest in what was going on. So we decided that my co-worker and I, Samantha Akas, we decided that we were going to formalize a woman support group out of the Spotlight initiative. It's only a couple months old. We have just formulated now, and we are in the process of putting in place our executive. And we have also met with a representative from the 4-H group, Miss Portios, and she's helping us now to get some training for the ladies in terms of also things that they can make to further themselves, to better their family, and to help to make some money. Now, in terms of support that the group needs, most of the ladies are ladies that have been abused from their childhood days coming up. Some of them are still in relationships that are abusive. Some have gotten the courage and have left. But for others, it's a nightmare because the drama never really ends, and it's a struggle for them to take care of their kids and continue to deal with the trauma of being abused. The group is a kind of area where they come to vent because they cannot relate to the partner at home. They don't want to get the kids involved, so when they come to the group now, they pour out their heart. So what we in the group now we're doing now, we're kind of letting them know, finding avenues of where they can go for help, and just letting them know that they are not alone, because I have been through a part in my life where I was molested also. So it kind of resonates with me, and I know exactly what they are feeling. When I open up to them, then it makes a difference, because they're saying, hey, if you're here and you are the one teaching their sessions and you were where we are now, then probably there's hope for us now to get over it. So opening up to them, well, yes, it does make a difference. The hardest thing was to forgiving the person, because 2 of the 3 times that I was molested was a family member. So that was the hardest thing to do, having to forgive that person and moving on. But I realized that when I forgave that person, it didn't make me feel any weak. It made me get stronger. So I can now look that person in the face, and I am not looking down at the ground or looking away. I can look him dead on in the eyes, because I am no longer afraid.
From what you went through, do you think family members are supportive enough to let those who are being abused having the confidence to step forward?
Some family members are, but my family member, I think they only knew of one abuse, and that was the one when I was an adult. I don't think I knew of the previous two, because I didn't really share it, because for years I thought it was my fault, because I was thinking that I must be the one doing something wrong for this to keep happening. So I didn't share it with them, but I opened up to my group and I share it with them. But you have family. I knew my mother would have supported me 100%, and there are families out there who would have your back. But sometimes it's just hard to say because you don't want that stigma to be placed on you. I always say that if you're gonna live your life and you don't take a minute or take something out of your life to help somebody, then it would be in vain, because if at the end of the day you can't really say, all right, I have helped somebody to be better, I have helped somebody along the way, then I think your life would have been a waste, because that's how the creator created us, to help each other.
It was rough, yes, but I managed to survive. I write my letters to different agencies. I never stopped dreaming nor believing that I could make it to be a success story.
21 years old, uses rock bottom moments as springboard to success.
For me, the greatness of the community has to come from within the member within the community. You have to find a passion first for serving in order for you to transform and change people's life. You have to then find the motivation from within your country in order to help others around you. How have I been doing that? Firstly, I've been going to school, I've been participating in several activities, but for me the one that stands out the most is Circle K International, and now I'm a part of the Kiwanians Club. Some of the initiatives that we did a Pre-Me Foundation project where we went to the Victoria Jubilee Hospital and we donated products for premature babies. We did a feeding of 50 persons in the Crossroad facility, and we partnership with the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston for the annual Christmas treat, which is feeding the homeless every Christmas. I have several rock bottom moments that enable me to be the person that I am today. So I am very thankful for those moments. Firstly, my mom passed away since I was 8 years old. And from ever since, I had a rough childhood growing up. I used to have to skip from home to home. Even though I was performing at school, I didn't have the parental support as I needed. But there was a person that God sent along the way for me, which was like my grade coordinators, my guidance counselors, persons from outside that know that I was going through it, but they had some level of confidence within me so I could do and dream what I want to become. My father, I must say I thank him as well, because if he hasn't been so hard on me, even though he wasn't there for majority of my growing up, he made me the person that I am today. Because of him, I know how to do certain stuff within the household. I know how to approach my children to say what type of words I must not say and what I must say. I learned how to go out there on my own, be in the streets and get the knowledge that I need in order to survive. So I guess everyone that comes along your journey help you to do something. They motivate you to do better. Even though it might not be good, I felt neglected all the years of my life because I think that people didn't care about me. I think that my father didn't care about me because at a young age he moved me out of his house. I had to live with a church sister, and his excuse was that I had demons, and then for other persons he told them that I was disrespectful, when deep down I was just looking for somebody to love me for who I am. And I was performing at a level that I say, yeah, I should be proud of. You should be able to say, yes, you are my father, regardless of what. How did I survive? Based on the charity work that I do, you have persons that constantly looked out for me. I was afraid to tell my story to most people because I was afraid that they were going to look down on me as an individual. In the 11th grade, I was smart in school, so most of my CXC subjects, they were all paid for by the government and the National Commercial Bank and the PATH program. So for me, I got a scholarship, and then I moved to live with my grandfather, and then he passed away. So now I currently live on my own in the house that he left. It was rough, yes, but I managed to survive. I write my letters to different agencies. I never stopped dreaming nor believing that I could make it to be a success story. I used to have to work in the night while going to school. I got internship at the Ministry of Education. I did the bottle service. I did any little thing that I could get my hands on. I did it to make a living. I work within the National Stadium as an official and in the media part with TRD Sports. So when I was working my work experience at the Ministry of Education, I met this lovely young lady, which is currently my sister, Moyet Evans. She was the one that said, Shamoya, you can't go through university without paying a red cent. And that is what I did. I wrote my letters. Anywhere I wrote, I put in my life story, because most of the times persons use pride. But I had to put my pride aside, even though my pride made me cry a lot of times, and put what was going through, what I'm going through on paper, let them know this is it. I don't have any parental aid, whatever. I'm involved within the community, and I just do it with a passion, determination. No, don't take no for an answer. If they say no, you write to them again. Listen, it's going to be hard. When they think they close the door on you, you call them. You go to the offices, you drop it off, you let them say you need the money. Once they say that you need the money and they say, yo, this girl is not giving up, then they will definitely give you the money. And it becomes just a part of me that I started just apply for everything that comes our way. Apply. Then I went to Grace and Staff Community Development Foundation. I went to the PART office again because I'm also on the PART program. And I did right, and I was successful. I went through university 4 years of my life without paying a red cent. Even upon graduating, I didn't have to worry about paying for graduation. That's how blessed I am. It doesn't matter where you come from, but what you do at the end of the day. So most persons will look at, oh, she's going to this high school, she has this scholarship, her parents. But no, it all depends on what you go to school to do, what you aim to get at the end of the day, and how you plan on making the persons around you better, how you plan on becoming a nation builder within your community. If you're seeing this video, it means that you have heard my story. I am currently looking for a job related to my field in business administration. I am well versatile within the different parts of the environment, and I also have skills in accounting because I am a former accountant or accounting clerk / cashier from the Ministry of Local Government. So if you're seeing this and you want to contact me, you can do so at shamoyasmith15@gmail.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.